Welcome to Pyramid Times. Is there any spiritual role model in your life?
Honestly, Veena, this question definitely has been asked. I think this year in another interview, December last year. As you heard about my spiritual transformation, there was no reason behind it. I really don't know how it happened. Neither did I watch somebody that I want to become like them. Absolutely no. So the whole thing happened very automatically, very organically, um, naturally. And by the time I really, within 1 year, Veena, in 12 months, if I look back my journey in 2003, looking back till October, the amount of wisdom that I had gained, I felt like I had done 20 years of reading. That much it was. So I honestly had not met any guru or any spiritual masters physically in that 12 months time, Veena. I had met a lot of astral masters. Every day I would sit in my meditation and the download of visions that I was getting was phenomenal. But physically, I absolutely had not met anyone. In 2004, the first master physically that I had met was Brahmarshi Patri sir, who is the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Society Moment. And that was the first time that I saw a master on a stage, I mean, physically, but till that point of time, it was just, I would say it was all a virtual journey for me. It was totally an astral journey for me. And even the visions of masters were all totally within myself, nothing physical. So if I look back in the last 20 years, all the work that I have done, Veena, has connected me complete globally. Though I live in Australia, I travel a lot to India, but I feel that I have a connection with this whole universe. These days, Veena, I don't even feel that it's my connection just with Mother Earth. I can feel my connection with universe and this whole creation. As I'm speaking to you, I feel connected in all directions. And in this beautiful journey, I have beautiful souls that came to me at every point in life in hundreds and thousands and millions. Even today, I'm surrounded by these beautiful souls who inspire me every day in my workshops, in my counseling. No matter they come to me for advice, but I learn a lot from me. So if you ask me who inspired me, every being that I have been connected to in my life has inspired me in some way or the other. Every human being that I could get in touch in this last 20 years are my role models. So I honestly, humbly, bow my head to all those masters, physically, astrally, who got connected to me in one way or the other. Each one of them has taught me great wisdom. And I'm really indebted to every human being that I could get in touch, including you, Veena. So you've all inspired me to be who I am. That will be my real honest answer. There's no one person that's my role model. Everyone is my role model. Every human being is my role model, because even today, Veena, every minute I'm learning so much. And I don't stop wondering. Every time I think, oh my God, universe has given me so much. The next minute I realize there is more coming. So I'm inspired by every human being who has touched my life, Veena.
That's so very beautiful. How you are totally attuned to that unity consciousness which is existing. And what is your objective behind your book, The Red Rose?
That's quite interesting, Veena. I, 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 um, I used to love writing when I was in school and I was in college, because I was quite an active member in the college board as well as in the school. If someone who has read my book, which is The Red Rose, they would know my life story. Even in schools and colleges, I was everywhere, in every club, in everything, dance, song, poetry. I've written a lot of articles. I've written a lot of poetry. Poetry is one of my strong skills. I don't write anymore, but when I was a student, I used to write a lot. But I stopped my writing skills. Mostly I think after I finished my engineering, I just put a halt to all those article writing and poetry writing. And I never even looked back, and I never even wondered, did I want to write a book? But as I mentioned, in 2004, Patri sir came into my life, and he's become a very good friend, philosopher. and a great advisor to me from time to time. And my journey has really gone very closely with Patri sir in the last 2 decades. And in the early days when I had met Patriji in our encounters, he did mention to me. He said, "Madam, you must write a book." When he got to know me and my journey, he was quite amazed. He said, "This is so much happening in a year. You should write it down." And I thought, well, why should I write it down? I mean, because writing was too much for me. And I thought, well, what is there for me to write? See, we always underestimate ourselves, Veena. And I was also going through that. I thought, wow, I've only been on this journey for like 2 years, 3 years. What is there that I can share with this world? So I kept telling him, I said, "What's there to write, sir?" He said, "You don't realize your journey can inspire so many people." And I really did not take that word sincerely. So I was trying to kind of postpone that, but there came a time where it was the third time where he reminded me. He said, "Madam, I truly believe every time I listen to your journey, I'm quite amazed and surprised. The things that have come into your life, the way you're helping humanity, I sincerely feel, give it a try." And you know what, Veena, that day, I thought, you know, such a great master. He has seen the world so much. He has traveled within. He's inspiring so many people. Of course, there would be some benefit in what he's saying. So I should take his word very seriously. And then I'm thinking, okay, what should I write about? And he said, "You don't have to write about anyone. You write about yourself." He said, "What book do you like?" And I said, "Oh, I love Autobiography of a Yogi." And then he looked at me and he said, okay, he said, I still remember his words, Veena. He said, "Madam, Autobiography of a Yogi, it has been an inspirational book from the past. And so many people have read the book and it has inspired them, including you. And mark my words, your autobiography will be an inspiration to all the coming generations to show how one can be a caring daughter, a loving wife, a devoted mother, a successful corporate professional, a contented spiritual practitioner, and a peaceful soul." Honestly, Veena, just listening to those words kind of ignited fire in me. And you won't believe, my excitement knew absolutely no bounds. Because when he was explaining that, the words just hit somewhere very deep into me. And everything made sense. And I still remember as he was saying those words, the book was already forming shape in my inner self. And the kind of person I am, Veena, once the penny drops, there won't be any delay. For me, my thoughts and actions, there's very little gap between them. Once I'm convinced of something, it happens like that. So I immediately took 2 weeks off from work and I wrote the whole book in 2 weeks, Veena. The
Wow.
first week, I sat down and I drafted the whole book because now it was coming like a flood from within me. And I just kept writing the book and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've never written a book. Where is this all coming from? I'm so excited. And I kept going. And then the second week, I was just, okay, do I need to add something? But I have to mention here, this is something very funny. My children were quite young and we used to read Harry Potter books together with my children. And my daughter always used to say, she's a big fan of Harry Potter book. And she said to me, "Mom, do you know author of Harry Potter book? She wrote her first book sitting in the cafe because, she didn't have the heating bills to be paid from home. So she was sitting in a cafe." She says, "How wonderful it will be, Mom, if you can write this book from a cafe." Just to keep her heart, I wrote the last chapter sitting in a cafe just for my daughter. And I still laugh today, the silly things that I've done along with my children. Honestly, Veena, when I'm with children, I become like a child. And it has always been my character. And I love that. So the last chapter when I was writing, I have written there that I'm writing this chapter from East Burwood Cafe. And, this is because of my daughter. Just the memories are coming back, Veena. But that's how, the background behind the book. And once the book was released in 2011, this was soon after, I received the award from Victorian government for my excellence award that I received for community work. And things happened just one after another. Like I was so busy receiving the award in Victoria. And then that December when I went to India, my book got published. And like from everywhere, people were ringing me up and saying, Madam, this is an amazing book. Can we come and meet you? And I thought, really? So we underestimate our lives, Veena. I mean, I'm sure there may be so many people like me out there who must be thinking, oh, what's so great about my life? My dear viewers, you may not know that your life can make such a big transformation into others' lives. I thought like that. I used to think, what's so big about my transformation? But without my knowledge, it has transformed millions of lives in this globe. And now I totally believe that. So in my big platform now I have, which is called Beyond Your Mind Foundation, I always encourage people to write down their experiences, to share people, because you never know. It could help that one soul who is in need for that experience. So this is what I learned from that particular conversation with Patri sir, and the great experience and the feedback from my readers. And we had to reprint this book couple of times, because every time this book was printed, it would run out of the stock. So, and I was thinking, really, 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 and now I've stopped wondering, because now you understand how things work.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Many times I have to pick up books, and there is at least one point which will elevate our soul, and that is where the transformation change comes into each of our lives. And your book is also a great contribution to humanity. And do
Thank
you
you.
offer also counseling, training in counseling? And what are your global support groups about?
Yeah. So there are a number of things that are happening. Actually, I would like to I would like to focus on the work a little bit more in detail, because it might help one or two of your viewers if they're looking for help, Veena. So with your permission, I would like to elaborate the services that we provide.
Yes.
So to start with, Veena, whatever services we are providing is all free of cost. I have never charged anyone for any of my services. And I strongly believe that this great happiness that has come into my life freely, I would like to share this freely with all my co-human beings. So if anyone has any questions, because people from time to time keep asking, Madam, you're spending so much time for us. What are your charges? My charges are nothing. If you people can find happiness in your life, you have paid me my charges. That's all it is. I don't need anything. So with that kind of a note, I would like to just give you all a little bit of a brief on what my services are about. So I work from a platform now, which is called Beyond Your Mind Foundation. And I have a website, which is Beyond Your Mind Foundation. And this particular name itself, Beyond Your Mind Foundation, has come to us very miraculously, Veena. So I would like to just talk about this particular journey of Beyond Your Mind website. In this journey of my spiritual transformation and my community work journey, everything has been going at a very high speed. Even before I had time to really manage myself, the next thing is happening, the next thing is happening. But more than that, the last 12 months has been a roller coaster journey for me, as well as people who are all connected to me. People on my platform, people who follow me, people who go through my YouTube, they all know what we have been going through. Now looking back, everything makes sense. But when we started this roller coaster journey 12 months back, we had no clue where we are stepping. So just to give you a bit of a idea about what I'm talking, in 2019, when I was running my workshops, actually I should say 2018 December, I met with a major accident, Veena. I broke my my leg bone in 3 places, and I was quite bound to bed. I was not supposed to move for like 3 months, and it was I would say it was an amazing experience. Just to give you a little bit of information, I broke my bone. I was there on the steps, rolling down the steps, and I had broken my bones, and I was just lying there, stopped still, excruciating pain, Veena. I didn't know that I had broken my bones. All I knew was I'm in an awkward position on the steps and the pain is excruciating. I have no idea. And I was about to pass out because too much pain. I was not able to handle it. My husband and my daughter came running because I was falling down the stairs, and they grabbed hold of me, and I told them I'm passing out. So just hold me, because the pain was excruciating. And as I was passing out, Veena, the only thing that I remembered was my hands came together. That's what my daughter says. But one thing I remember is, the one thought that came to me is, Why has this experience come to me? Why am I going through this excruciating pain? Have I given this pain to anyone in any previous lives? Because in this life, I don't remember having caused any pain like that to anyone. I'm quite aware. But at that moment, that karma life cycle just turned in front of my closed eyes, and nothing really mattered. And I sincerely apologized to every soul and all the souls if, because of my ignorance, I have given anyone this much of pain. I was sincerely asking for forgiveness. And my husband thought I had gone crazy because I was passing out, but I'm mumbling and I'm folding my hands and I'm asking for forgiveness. They didn't understand what it was. But you know what happened, Veena? Soon after I asked forgiveness, the pain vanished. I had no pain whatsoever. And the person who was about to be unconscious, I came back to my consciousness and I started smiling. And my husband said, "What's wrong with you? Can we carry you to," they wanted to take me to emergency. And I said, "No, I'm fine." So I knew my right leg was not so good. So I managed to come down the steps and I sat down on the couch and they said, "Should we take you to doctor?" My daughter is a doctor. She said, "Shall we take you to hospital?" I said, "No, I'm just fine." But later, the next day, when we went to the doctors and they did X-ray, my leg was broken in 3 places. And they didn't understand that why I'm not able to feel any pain. And they kept saying, "This is a miracle with bones broken in 3 places." The reason why am I telling you this, Veena, is all the knowledge that I had gained till then, I practically used it in my case. I take multiple sessions on karma. What goes around comes around. I have done karma yoga series of workshop millions of times to people. And if I cannot walk the talk, what is the point of preaching that and sharing that wisdom with others? And that day, universe gave me an opportunity to test me. Did I really believe in what I said? And I did believe. I never faced the pain again. So I was made to sit on the bed after that. I mean, this is just one day, but 3 months I was asked not to move. And Veena, what I thought? There is a reason behind it. If I'm supposed to be in the bed, there is a big purpose in life why universe is asking me here. And I was in meditation, so I increased my meditation. Because I can't move, I used to do 5 hours, 6 hours of meditation. And one day the penny dropped. Till then, I had only done face-to-face personal workshops, traveling. And in 2018, on my bed with a broken leg, with a big plaster, in my vision, the download that happened was, "It is time, Saroja, for you to start your virtual workshops." People didn't even know about Zoom at that time. I'm talking 2 years before this COVID. And I became a pioneer in using Zoom for sessions only because of that vision, Veena. I got this message that you do not have to travel anywhere physically to do the workshop, go virtual. And I'm not an IT person. I'm an engineer, but my specialty is in different oil and gas. I was not a master in kind of, lot of IT gigs. But in that bed in 3 months, Veena, I practiced. I learned how to do virtual workshops. I learned how to do, because Zoom was not well known. There were not many people who could help me. And there you go. I was sitting in my bed with broken leg. I started off my virtual workshops. Veena, I did not realize that this was the next phase in my community work, that universe was about to take me. Imagine if I did not break my leg, I would be still traveling. There would be no necessity for me to explore this virtual platform. I was way ahead of myself, Veena. 2018, I started doing Zoom session. And the moment I started doing virtual platform, people from all over the globe connected to me. And then my workshop really became in thousands because everyone could connect. I did not have to go to the US. I didn't have to go to the Philippines. And I saw a different version of my community platform. So when I was doing this, the last workshop before the COVID, in December, I went to India where my extended family is. I was doing Karma Yoga series at that time. So I did 2 workshops and I told my platform people that I'll come back from holiday and do the 3rd one. Guess what happens, Veena? I come back in the end of January, and in February, I'm starting my workshops, continuing again. And what was I thinking? I've done Karma Yoga 1 and 2. Now next I have to do 3. I'm sitting here just one night before, I have to do a workshop the next day. This is in February. I'm trying to put my pen on paper, thinking, okay, what would I talk about Karma Yoga Part 3? Do you know what word I was writing down every time? Awareness. I'm thinking of Karma Yoga. I'm writing awareness, awareness. 6 times it happened, and that's it. I stopped. I knew that universe is telling me that stop Karma Yoga. There is a requirement for awareness in the community. And I'm thinking, well,
Right.
what do I do now? And within few weeks, this COVID breakout happened, Veena, and the awareness workshop that I started helped worldwide how to be aware, how to overcome the fear, how to go within. But it was such a beautiful beginning of this COVID time for me. I started awareness in English. I did part 1. It didn't stop. Part 2, part 3, I did 7 parts on awareness English workshop, and immediately Telugu people started approaching saying, Madam, can you please do it in Telugu, because we want to connect. In the month of February and March, when people were just facing COVID was really becoming bigger and bigger. People who were connecting with me were totally out of fear, because that awareness topic was keeping them on the spot. And we were talking about how with awareness you can go beyond fear. See, Veena, universe has such a big plan. We think we are the ones planning. We are not the ones planning. We are just an instrument. But for that, you have to trust in universe. You have to let go. You have to go beyond your ego and say you are only an instrument. Only when you give up, the universe will come within you and give you everything you want. And I saw that practically, Veena. So my transformation was going much more. So see, I was saying every time I think, so much I have learned, universe is always telling me, no, there is more, there is more. So after those 2 months workshop, constantly, every day I'm doing awareness workshop. 2 months, everyone became a researcher or PhD in awareness, because we had done like 30 workshops. And while we were doing this, suddenly this book came into my life, Veena, which you have just spoken that in my introduction. I'm talking about this 12 months because this 12 months, the profound journey that has happened, I think the viewers will really understand how life goes. This untold story of Sita, that book came to me out of nowhere. And when I read that book, I was totally in a different space, Veena, because I was doing this awareness workshop. I was doing counseling to people who were getting so fearful of this COVID pandemic, and I was really helping out. So my eagerness to help was at the peak. And then this book came at such a time when humanity needed this big book. And I was reading this book and my tears were flowing, because every word was really connecting to me, and I'm thinking, my God, what a gem of a book is. And I 4 days, Veena, I was in a trance. I was reading this book, and my husband also read the book the previous day, and he didn't understand what was going on. He said, are you all right? I mean, I see you with tears on your face. And I said, my God, I don't understand, how this book landed in my hand. I feel totally connected with every word. And he used to ask me, he said, what is that in that book that you're so connected? He didn't understand. And within a week, Veena, PMC approached me and they asked me to do this book as wisdom sharing for all the 3 languages. And I said, oh, I'll happily do it, because I was totally connected with this book. So I thought it is like 100 or 150 pages book. We can do it in an episode or 2. But Veena, when I sat there doing wisdom sharing, I would close my eyes. I still remember, I would close my eyes and the wisdom would just flow from me. And this small book, I did wisdom sharing for 16 episodes. I did it in
Wow.
English, I did it in Hindi, I did it in Telugu. And Veena, what really amazes me is through this wisdom sharing, I reached millions across the globe. And I used to get feedback every day through WhatsApp. Ma'am, you changed our lives. Ma'am, I've started meditating. Ma'am, I've realized what life is about. Ma'am, I've realized what nature is about. The transformation that I was bringing in the community on the globe was beyond my expectation. And then I thought, this COVID time is no normal time. There is so much progression, ascension happening that I could feel within me every minute, Veena, every minute. So I'm just taking you through that COVID journey. So first 2 months was completely awareness. The next 2 months was completely this untold story of Sita wave that was taking me into another plane. And as I was finishing this untold story of Sita, I was sitting in this meditation, and I have this calling about having a platform open globally. And I'm thinking, I already have a platform, Saroja Self-Empowerment. But the message that was coming is, reach globally, reach globally. Then I thought, okay, maybe in this current virtual world that we live in, having a website would be an easier way to connect. But what do I name this website? I wanted something that can connect to people, something that is more meaningful. No name really touched here, Veena. I got so many names suggested by my group people, my platform people. No, I wanted it something to be bigger, something to be meaningful. And then one day, as I sat in meditation, as I was having this conversation going on in mind, we use so much logic for everything. Everything is so logic bound. And that really puts a stop to our thinking capacity. So the flow that came in me is, go beyond your mind, Saroja, and you will find the answer. And that's it. I thought, yeah, beyond your mind. What more can you ask? And I did not even think twice. And I just named the website Beyond Your Mind website. So today we have this website called Beyond Your Mind, which is, the address is www.beyondyourmind.org. And on this platform, we have multiple things that is going on. So I would mention those two things which anyone can straight away use. One is daily meditations. So we do 7 daily meditation on our platform. It starts early in the morning and goes late in the night. We do 3 Telugu meditations. We do a couple of English meditations. These are all guided meditations, and we do Hindi meditation. And we are trying to reach out anyone who wants to learn how to meditate every day. Masters on my platform selflessly are guiding people. So 7 meditations throughout the day. If anyone wants to know the Zoom link, please visit our beyondyourmind.org website. All the details are there, the Zoom link and the password and the passcode. So that's one services that we are providing, absolutely free of cost, masters. All you need is your commitment and your time. That's what we charge, nothing more. The second one is the counseling program, Veena. This is the Holistic Living and Awareness Counseling Program. I never planned to be a counselor. Everything happened all by itself organically. Today, every day, I have at least 20 to 30 counseling that I do. Almost half of my time is in counseling. Now you might wonder, ma'am, where are you finding this time? Almost a year and a half back, Veena, there came a time in my life where I had to make a call. It came to a point where my community work grew so much after my accident, the virtual platform, and I knew I had to make a call. And I made the call that I have worked for 30 years, enough of my professional work. It's time for me to put my energy 100% into my community work. So I voluntarily quit my work 18 months back, and I put everything into, all my time is into community services since 2019. That way I thought, oh, I can balance my life better. Now I don't have my professional work. But Veena, the day I quit my work, this work has become 10 times more. Wow. So again, I'm back to square one. I'm still struggling for time. And I every time ask universe, can you give me some more time? I really want to do as much as I can. So if anyone is wondering how to reach me, again, on my website, just on the home page, there is a link. If you click the link, you can book for my counseling services. It's free of charge. And the beauty is, Veena, the person who has come for counseling once, they don't have to see me another time. That is the beauty that universe has given me. Whatever wisdom I'm able to share with them is addressing their problem. Every day I get cases of anxiety, depression, suicide attempt failure. But Veena, I don't know. They come to me and I just have one session. I spend an hour with them, and then they don't want another counseling because they come back asking, Madam, you have changed our life. How can we help you? The only thing I tell them, I don't want any help. But if you find anyone who is in need, can you please do the same thing that I have done for you? That is all I'm asking. So Veena, I'm so grateful to this universe for giving me whatever it is giving me. When a person comes for counseling service, I don't know, Veena. Sometimes I don't know when they come. I don't know if I can help them. They come with medical problems, Veena. I'm not a medical doctor.
Right.
They come with neurological disorder. They come with cardiac problems. I sit there thinking, universe, do I have the capacity? But when I close my eyes, it is flowing, Veena. So definitely universe is coming through me and helping them. It is not me who is helping them. I know that. I want to keep my ego in check all the time because I don't have that skill to help them. But that is one of the major services that is happening on the platform.